put that on replay, repeat all night long. Not going to get a lot of sleep, but it's going to be cool. Group B, set 2. NaJin Sword versus CJ Blaze. CJ Blaze down a game and invading. See if they can claim some buffs for themselves, going for that red buff steal, possibly for Lee Sin. We'll see what they decide to do with it.
Blaze making an interesting decision, and Lustboy not going for a Vision Ward to start.
Look at this, double invade.
Yeah, they don't have Vision Wards either. Sort of risky to invade without a Vision. But Blaze is going to try it. And Black Sword all the way on the other side of the map, so there's not a lot of threat here.
Yeah, they're not going to see them.
And we've talked about this Ryze Kennen matchup before. When you're able just to stop Kennen from all-inning you with Rune Prison, it's a pretty favorable matchup.
Yeah, you really take away all the dueling potential that Kennen brings in that top lane if they do match up against each other. I'm excited to see this mid lane Ryze and see how it matches up against mid Ezreal, though, because we've got a lot of poke out of both of these guys. Ezreal has more consistent poke, but... Oh, no! She didn't realize the camera was on. Awkward.
Okay. Well, the invade continues for NaJin Blacksword. They look like they're going to be going for both buffs at the same time. They're going to hand over the blue buff here. Blaze.
It's a red buff trade.
Yeah, red buff trade, and then who got the blue buff on Blaze? That's what I want to know.
I'm going to guess...
Ezreal, because they're sending him down into bot lane.
Okay. He's going to be doing, well, not really a lot of 1v2, because Kayn and Prey are up in that top lane.
Oh! Early Flash Force. That is bad news for Flame.
Yeah.
And a good gank from Watch right there.
Yeah, already making use of that Elise pick. Not bad at all.
So Song actually going to be heading into bot. Expression taking the helm in mid lane.
Yeah. And I mean, you can make those switches. I mean, we've talked about this before.
There
that really,
we go. There's the swap.
With a lot of the changes, too, I mean...
Back, more pots have to be picked up by Expression with only a single CS.
Here comes Helios. All right. Yeah, but Blaze with that little advantage, compositionally early on, they can kind of... They can move around people enough to always sort of force that bad lane for Sword. But we'll see. You know, Sword, one of the teams that was doing like constant lane swapping in the past. So, you know, are they going to try to sneak people between lanes here in the next few minutes? I wonder.
So, NaJin Blacksword running a kind of weird composition. You've got 3 big priority threats, which is not normal. Usually you have 1 or maybe 2, but 3. Ryze, Jace, and Vayne.
Yeah.
So they're almost going, this is really a test of CJ Blaze's team fight target calling.
Yeah.
If they can choose targets and burst them down efficiently, they should be in good stead. Because they have a lot of CC and peel from the box, from Slicing Maelstrom, from Dragon's Rage. That if they can one by one target down NaJin Blacksword,
oh man,
they should be all right because
a gank in there. Captain Jack gets away. Oh, the cocoon misses. And can they go after this? Song waiting for that shock blast. Can't quite get the damage or the range onto Captain Jack, but lots of damage being put on him again. So early. You know, I almost feel like we should call this comp by Sword the Gambler, because you're like, well, if like 2 out of our 3 get really fed, then at least that's still a win, you know?
And for NaJin Blacksword, it all comes down to positioning in team fights as well, because they lack that big AoE CC of Kennen. They've chosen...
they're going to come in. They're going to try to execute Captain Jack, and they will! First blood goes to Watch. Great gank.
Wow.
And Captain Jack, they are just picking on him in Ambition. They've got big targets on their back.
Well,
NaJin Sword's going for him.
Picking on Captain Jack is nothing new here in Korea, though.
Oh, yeah, the East India Trading Company has done that for a long time. Ambition, ooh, there's a cocoon. He's going to go toe-to-toe. They're going to go into it. Oh, there's Repel. Waiting, Expression there, trying to get that Rune Prison. The Ignite ticking away on Watch. And Ambition dueling with Expression. They need to back off the Ignite. Ticking down. Oh, not quite enough, but Watch wondering if he can get... Oh, that Spider's suddenly very dangerous. Oh, man, what a tense situation. The pop lane, Watch like, well, I can execute him with a Repel, too. But it's so dangerous, he's going to... Oh, man, are they really playing this close.
This is what it looks like when 2 very good teams go against each other. That's why...
This is high-level stuff.
These matches are so exciting. No one overextending, playing to their absolute limits right here.
No kidding. Man. The top lane.
So yeah, basically, NaJin Blacksword has traded that AoE CC that we see from CJ for just total threat and total damage. And so it's going to come down to how well NaJin Blacksword can position themselves in team fights, and if Prey can have a similar positional game to the one he had last time, they should do quite well. Now for Blaze, they've got a lot of peel, they've got a lot of kite. They're going to be able, if Ambition and Captain Jack can talk.
Watch and Lustboy find each other, and Watch is going to get the better of that trade. Ambition coming up to maybe try to save him. But look at the zoning expression, doing lots of damage to Ambition. Lustboy trying to stay alive with that flay. Ambition very low on the other side. Meanwhile, Captain Jack gets caught by Song. The Ignite ticking down. Shock Blast doing a ton of damage. Lustboy somehow makes it away, or does he? Can't use the repel. And Watch needs to back off. I have no idea how they managed to escape. That was pure skill. Pure skill.
0 people dying. This game is awesome, Doa. I am so psyched by this.
Oh, Helios finding Watch. Helios wants that duel. Watch suddenly in trouble. Can he get away? He doesn't have his flash. Song coming down, trying to save his spider friend. Nice cocoon to wrap up Helios.
But
Song is like, I love the spider, bro.
Yeah, Helios knowing that dueling Expression's Rise at this point would be a deep mistake on his part.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, Flame trying to hold his own in that top lane, and he does have that 42 CS. Still managing to do things as best he can. Gets condemned into the wall there for a moment. Oh, the entire audience goes, oh, is a two-shot barrage, misses.
And here we are at 8 minutes, only a single kill despite many close shaves.
Yeah. Really
and
close.
No turrets down despite having a 2v1 lane.
Yeah. This is like when you run and tell your friends, you're like, hey guys, Neo is fighting Morpheus. That's what this game is, and everybody rushes over to watch.
That's right. Tell your friends. Turn it on now if they're not watching already. Pull your roommates into your room.
No kidding. They don't watch League. I don't know what's wrong with them. They must be too busy with like homework and stuff. It's summer.
Well, this is one of those compositions from NaJin Blacksword 2 where we see the double tier. There is a time here for CJ Blaze to do something, including taking this dragon. They've got a good dragon advantage.
Really good timing for that.
But
now.
it's okay, you know. NaJin Blacksword, they can say,
can they
just
steal
take it? Just take it.
Can Song steal this with Shock Blast? He's gonna try. Oh, so close actually. That was literally milliseconds from being a successful dragon steal.
Yeah, very close indeed. But NaJin Blacksword totally okay with losing that dragon. They know they've just got to ramp up with their double tier into a good situation here.
Expression needs to be, or not anymore, needed to be a little bit cautious, but he's okay now. Helios moving back up towards the top of the map. Yeah, no turrets down. This is, I feel like we're seeing like old school Champions Winter, just like, you know,
Farm Fest.
Smash them up style here. I don't know if that didn't work. There we go. Tower goes down.
Finally, the top turret goes down.
Yeah, NaJin Sword claiming that first one.
Now, critically, Captain Jack and Lustboy were not able to get that mid lane turret in the 2v1, and I'd love to know how much HP that turret has right now.
Well, we saw it for just a split second, but I didn't get a glimpse. We may see it here.
So Prey and Kane going to come to mid lane.
Oh, Prey getting jumped on by Helios. Crescendo wraps up Ambition in the back line, so, and Helios does need to back off. Oh, Prey is chasing deep for this one. He decides to turn around. Yeah, a little bit too dangerous to go any farther than that.
A clever reaction from Kane right there. He chose to crescendo Ambition so there would be no follow-up.
Absolutely the perfect move there.
Yes.
His crescendos have been spot on. I mean, he hasn't had to work very hard for many of them, but the ones he's gotten have been very effective.
But so smart. You had to choose there. Am I going to crescendo Ambition or am I going to crescendo Helios? And Ambition was absolutely the right call.
Oh, totally. He knew Prey could duel Ambition. Or not duel Ambition, duel Helios. So yeah, wrapped up Ambition. Ooh, wow. Shock Blast already starting to get pretty scary against a low health Helios.
Yeah, he doesn't even have Brutalizer yet either. That's the scary thing. It's only going to get worse once his armor pen starts going up. Captain Jack abusing his range right there against Rise to get some free hits on the turret.
Yeah.
And Flame, guess what Flame's doing? He's freezing a lane close to a destroyed turret, and this is where Blaze gets scary. When you let him do this, this is how you lose games to Blaze.
Yeah, it's, well, you know, this pressure in the mid lane, Ambition getting jumped on, the Ignite gets the job done, and Song wins that duel. I guess now we know, man.
That
Jace,
was
not worried about the Ezreal.
every single time we're seeing these players really know the precise limits of what they can do.
Yeah, dude.
And that all in by Song, just knowing that that last tick of Ignite would take him down. Beautiful all in
This has
by
been
Song.
such a beautiful game so far. Your friends are asleep. They don't need sleep. They need to see this game.
Wow, this game is great.
Yeah, it is.
And we're all tied up, dead even right now.
Yep, this game could go either way. Both teams playing out of their minds right now. Can they take that win? I mean, we've got the pressure on mid lane. We've got NaJin Sword getting kills, but like you said, we've got Flame starting to farm and farm and farm, and we know what happens when Flame gets a situation. They're gonna come in. What a box. They do wrap up Prey. The exhaust helping out there. They get the kill. Trying to chase. Can they get more? The minion being grabbed. A crescendo on Captain Jack. That may allow them to get away. No, the Flay says no from Lust Boy. And look at that, Helios running away. Here comes Song though, the counter engage. Captain Jack using the barrier. Doesn't help, they can't get watch. Oh man, Helios escapes, but Song still very scary. Lustboy can't hide down under that turret forever. He needs to back off.
And the question becomes, was that worth it if they lose this turret in bot lane?
That's a great question.
You know,
I'm
they
not so
did
sure.
trade 1 for 2, and the turret is full HP, so yeah, they're not going to lose it.
Okay, that worked out. All right.
But a nice rotation there from all of Sword, really.
Yep.
Song moving to bot. Rise, Expression, taking his place in mid lane, and Prey able to respawn before this minion wave does much damage to the turret, but Flame really getting a lot of empty lane farm there, taking a 30 CS advantage all of a sudden.
Man, Flame's starting to pull away.
He is indeed.
Yep. It's like in Mario Kart when you've hit enough people with red shells, man, at some point, even if they get you with that purple shell later on, or blue shell rather, it's just not going to make a difference.
So the thing about Expression here is even though he's down in farm, and we are going to have a power spike from Kennen in the mid game, once Rise gets into the late game, the CS difference isn't going to matter quite as much.
Yeah.
So there will be a really good timing here for Blaze to use the split push.
All right, well, Blaze going to get the spot lane turret. That's going to be actually the first turret of the game, but they're going to trade it for mid lane, it looks like. That mid lane turret very low. Expression taking a few turret shots, but that's all he needs. And turrets go down for both sides, but now we have a 3-1 lead for NaJin Sword.
That's right.
Oh, Turrigan.
Getting all of the outer turrets down. Now, Song trying to take this blue buff. This may be a mistake. That turret in mid very low, and with the range from Kog'Maw, they are going to sacrifice it.
Yeah, they're going to have to give that one up. Or will they? We'll see. Kane threatening. Oh, they're going to jump in. Where's the counter engage? There it is. He gets a crescendo. Doesn't do a whole lot, though. And now they're going to chase. Can they get away? There's the execution attempt on Lustboy. Ambition and Captain Jack still looking good in the back lines. And they're doing a lot of damage. Yeah, Sword can't take this fight. They lose Kane, they lose Expression.
Sword was actually very mistaken in pursuing that.
Yeah, I
because
agree.
Song had just gotten blue buff and had been taken down to about 50% HP.
Man.
Plus, Flame had just gotten all that empty lane farm, and what did he do? He went back and bought.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Sword was coming up, rotating from other lanes without having gone back and purchasing. So there was a really nice power spike right there that Blaze did a great job of taking advantage of with the combination of their team comp Siege, as well as the fact that they had just put all of that gold they had earned into items. You know, with Haunting Guys, Needlessly Large Rod, Flame going to be doing a lot of damage. So a really nice engage by Blaze right there.
Looking at the gold totals right now, it is a bit higher, a little tiny bit higher across the board for CJ Blaze, but still very, very close overall. NaJin Sword with that one turret advantage, but we've seen CJ Blaze be just really, really scary in those team fights, and if there's anything CJ teams do well is team fight, they're going to try for this dragon. This could be the fight. Crescendo is on cooldown, though. Yeah, they're not going to be able to stop it.
No, nor should they.
No. Absolutely not. They know it. CJ Blaze, despite the turret deficit, seems to be pulling a bit of an advantage in this game. The momentum seems to be shifting. Can Sword get it back with a turret or a good engage here? This seems so risky.
Yeah, but Kennen is split pushing. And yeah, there we go. The siege, the poke, too much from Blaze.
Yeah.
The two long-range AD carries. You'll notice, too, that Ambition is building an Iceborne after tier.
Ooh,
His
yeah.
entire purpose is to poke and provide CC. Captain Jack is going to be the one doing most of the damage.
Yeah. You know, though, a couple good shock blasts from Song, and that could force Captain Jack out. They're going to need to be really careful. Captain Jack is going to need to be very aware of where he is in relation to Song throughout the rest of this game.
Absolutely. Well, there we go. Helios coming out. He's getting pretty darn tanky right there.
Yeah.
And there's still... NaJin Blacksword just has to wait this one out. They're only a couple K gold back, but they've got a big, big power spike with Jace and Rise coming. Once that Rod, you can see the difference too between the Rod that we saw earlier today on Rise, where he got the Rod at 13 minutes after tier. This is a much more, I would say, it's actually a delayed timing because of how low Ambition CS is.
Right, it's a little bit on the late side, but not too bad. We'll see. Kane does have Crescendo available now, but it looks like we do have Lustboy coming in from the outside. Oh, man. Okay, he's going to work on taking out that turret. Prey is not there, by the way. Neither is Song. So, yeah, they're going to have to give up that turret. And CJ using that team comp to get that turret equilibrium, I guess you could say.
One of the problems with NaJin Blacksword's comp is that since they have Jace, Rise, and Vayne, the question is, who gets the farm? You typically only have maybe two empty lanes to farm at any given time.
It's a really good question.
And
yeah.
I feel like they may be dividing the gold into too many, they may be putting the eggs into too many baskets right now in order to actually power up. Because having three kind of squishy, kind of weak,
kind of farmed, but not
kind
quite.
of farmed, but not quite. Hyper carries may come back to bite them.
Yeah.
If Captain Jack and Ambition can focus fire well.
Well, so far they've been doing okay.
Because if they can take one of them out, then you have two farm carries against two kind of farm carries.
Yeah, yeah. And the other thing too is I feel like we're really getting to see CJ Blaze at their blaziest right now. Captain Jack died a couple times. It's okay. Came back, farmed okay. Flame is looking fantastic. Expression has kept up with him, despite that farm that Flame has gotten.
Yeah, but
you know, Kog'Maw's gotten a couple kills this game as well too. So it's usually a few more kills than we see Captain Jack get early on in the game.
yeah,
That equalizes a bit.
This 5-man siege, too, is preventing any kind of all-in because Kennen is there instead of split pushing. Now, they are letting Frey farm. Oh, they get the grab!
They catch Rise, but the box not really being able to use, or they're not really able to use it. My words did not go in the right order that time. Now, they did get the flash of expression. Man, that shock blast is getting scary, though.
And they're just going to take the blue buff and retreat. They've taken too much poke at this point.
Yeah. And they can always disengage fairly easily, too.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot of abilities to hop around the battlefield. They're easily able to get out of that turret radius unscathed. And the Muramana, it's 20 minutes, so the Muramana is done on Song. If he gets that last Whisper.
Yeah, the damage is just going to be insane. And we haven't had the pleasure of seeing a mid lane Jace for quite a while in Champions.
100% pick ban, that's what it'll do.
Exactly. He's like the other TF, you know?
Right.
Jace, the other TF.
We got to see TF today too. It's been
a
wild.
crazy day.
TF and Jace
in
one day, not banned and taken.
It's like this is like the final Jace we'll see before the tier nerf.
I feel like it's the Twilight Zone.
Yep. Well, CJ just biding their time, just playing it cautiously, and I feel like that's exactly what they need to do against Sword.
And And look at this Flame 2, ready for those engages. With the Zhonya's Hourglass now. With the double AD, that'll be a very useful item. He needs to be able to flash and Slicing Maelstrom in to engage for his team, or they have to hope for a Lust Boy death sentence.
Both of these teams really showing a lot of respect for each other, too. I mean, playing it carefully, they know that they can't give either one of the teams any sort of tiny little edge, because they'll take it and run with it, usually win the game with it. These teams know exactly how dangerous the other is.
Okay, well, the vision wars around Baron are happening. Both of these teams can take Baron extremely quickly, of course. 280 carries Ezreal Cog against Ryze Jace Vayne.
It's just crazy.
That
it's like
Baron should be concerned for his life.
He doesn't stand a chance, man. He's like, I'm going to go back to that rift that opened in the Pacific Ocean, and I'm just going to go back and chill out.
I'm tired of this world.
That's right. And another dragon for CJ. Gonna try to get this one, and they should be able to get it. And I don't think NaJin Sword really cares that much. I mean, at this point, with the gold totals getting to be where they are, both teams are going to be putting out so much damage that it really comes down to positioning, unit control, vision. Gold doesn't factor into things all that much right now.
Yeah. Absolutely, it could go either way. It's because of the team comp from NaJin Blacksword that it doesn't really matter if they're down, because they're able just to put out so much damage as three extremely hyper carry-esque champions.
Yeah, exactly.
And NaJin Blacksword doing a good job of reversing the pressure here. CJ Blaze sticking together very nicely as well.
I think CJ really intelligently identified what the problems they were having in the first game were, and have come back in this game and really kind of just tightened up a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to be a standoff for a while, though, because it's all going to be about who gets to farm these empty lanes better.
What an important game, too. I mean, NaJin Sword with a 2-0 here can basically not only more or less guarantee themselves a spot in the bracket stage, but also a spot at Worlds.
Yes.
This is really a spot at Worlds that's being played for right now, guys.
Unless they do horribly in the bracket stage. But even if they do horribly, since they're in #1 slot right now, they could still take #2, even if they got knocked out at #1. It just drastically increases their chances.
This is a much bigger game than it appears to be. This isn't just like your standard group stage game.
Yeah.
This is huge.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Doa. That's absolutely true. And look at that, they aggroed Baron, and I guess NaJin Blacksword just deciding to roll with it.
All right, they see it. There's a vision going down. Baron at about a third health, but they're going to have to disengage. They don't want to take the risk, man. They know the stakes. The stakes. This is the highest stakes that there have ever been in a group stage game in Champions, man.
Very, very true.
It doesn't get more intense than this.
That's right. There are points they earned from the winter season of Champions on the line.
This has global implications.
Yes, it does.
You know, teams across the world are watching this game and be like, are we going to have to play against Sword at Worlds? Teams in Europe and America are thinking this right now.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Well, another turret, thanks to that poke from Blaze.
Yeah.
But the longer this goes on, the more armor that NaJin Blacksword is able to stack. If Ryze gets that very critical Frozen Heart, there are a lot of factors here, and you've got to like NaJin Blacksword's late game advantage.
I would say so. I mean, the thing is like you said, the gold being split against maybe too many people right now, but if we get to that late game situation, then there's going to be enough gold for everybody. Then communism just works, I guess.
Gold for everyone, hurrah!
It's the late game. A gold pot in every pot. That's not a slogan you can really run with.
Well, that's why you're not going to be running for political office, Doa.
Not yet, but someday.
He's going to run
President Doa will.
He's going to run on an esports platform.
Exactly. I'm like, our future is in the hands of children who play video games.
You have my vote.
Even now, good. You can be my vice president, Monte Cristo.
Okay.
That's great.
I'll be heading up all of the esports initiatives in schools.
See, you know, you can't run for, oh, lost boy. No, the power cord slows him down, but they're not able to quite engage.
Too much of a threat.
Yeah.
Both of these teams,
so much respect.
so good at map positioning. They know how to not even give a window to make a pick because of how they're spreading themselves out between lanes.
This is some of the cleanest, some of the best League of Legends I think I've ever seen.
I need a term for how you distribute champions in lane. Please help me. Tweet at me, GGC Monte Cristo and GG Doa.
Yeah.
Champion allocation? I don't know. You come up with one. We got to decide on a term for this because it's an extremely important strategitic part of League of Legends.
Champion segregate? No, that doesn't sound good. No, let's not use that.
No, let's not use that.
That's a bit awkward. Cell division. Wait, that's taken. Oh, well. Oh, and the thing is, these shock blasts are becoming very, very important for Song to hit. All that poke is pretty important because the poke can be healed by Sona on the sword side, where it really can't be healed that much by CJ.
Nice poke on to watch there. Forward arcane shift, just adding that little bit of damage. You never know when that's going to be the difference between a victory or a loss in a team fight. Oh, this is so tense.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, oh, Helios. We're seeing things happen in this game that in other games would mean dead champions, but in this game, everyone's just so good that it doesn't. This turret, NaJin Sword, fighting for their turret's life right now.
And they're trying to put the pressure on clearing out the bot lane with Arcane Barrage.
Yeah, look at this
Trick-Shot Barrage, excuse me.
Helios, he's wondering, can I come over the wall? Can I kick Song into my team maybe? Can I kick Expression into the team? Make it 2v2. They're going to go in on the Captain Jack and they catch him. They catch him cold. And suddenly, the bane of CJ's existence comes back yet again. Captain Jack is a new wound.
I feel like there are going to be blooper reels made of this series of Captain Jack getting hit by Crescendo.
I know, seriously. He's like, I didn't know that ult tracks to me. Riot, nerf, please.
And look at that, all the pressure instantly disintegrating for Blaze with Captain Jack's step. They need him to take turrets.
Yeah. They still may get it. They had a couple members go back, but yeah, now that everybody's coming back to lane, CJ Blaze is going to need to back off. Frey taking a couple hits, but clearing out those minions.
These moments are so important too, because that 5K gold lead, if this gets stretched out not too much longer, NaJin Blacksword will be able to come back because of their champions.
Yeah. Everybody's going to be fed. Oh, they catch Kane, but no engage. They don't have that Arcane Barrage, rather, from Captain Jack.
This siege has gone on so long that Captain Jack has been able to revive and come back again into the bot lane.
Oh, they go on to Flame. Can they do it? They catch him. They can him against the wall. Can they get it? He's going to zone. He has had enough time. Frey looking pretty good. Everybody coming from the outside. Captain Jack hits Sona. He's trapped in the box. Song needs to escape. A triple kill for Captain Jack. CJ with the counter engage and the near ace. And that could be the game.
Yeah,
that could be it.
Now, that was actually a smart idea by NaJin Blacksword. They
it was a good idea in
that
concept.
Captain Jack was coming back and that the siege would be successful when he hit again.
Yeah.
So they tried to take advantage of that. They played beautifully against Flame. You can see our observer pointing out right there, he did not even get the slicing Maelstrom off.
Yeah. Oh, Frey! Let's give him the unofficial Quadra. I'm open to it. That's going to be an inhibitor, too. They're gonna have to get out of here quick, but the turret killed Captain Jack. Whoops. And if that had not happened, that would be a dead inhibitor.
Yeah.
Whoops. Oops. This game is insane. I mean,
look at that, 4,000 gold, the advantage nearly.
Dude,
and look at this again. Look at how they deal with Flame right here. This is absolutely beautiful.
Very clean.
They keep him locked up in Cocoon, followed by that, and they force his Zonias early before he can use Slicing Maelstrom. You think you're going to get it up? Nope. Little bit of a misuse of exhaust right there. But Captain Jack able to rain down fire from behind and roll him up from the flank.
Song wasn't really able to be a very big part of that fight as well, and that really, really minimize the damage that was done.
They honestly
So-
should have tried to all-in them earlier, because the fact that
Yeah.
Captain Jack did manage to make it back from the base, they mistimed it a slight bit, and that made all the difference for CJ Blaze.
Those tiny, tiny little moments, that's what's going to determine. I mean, the thing is, they didn't get the inhibitor. It's vulnerable, but it's not down. And if CJ Blaze loses this game, they will be... I mean, Captain Jack is going to be thinking about that inhibitor all the way home. Oh, no, Song getting caught, and Flame will immediately capitalize. You cannot get caught by Flame on Kennen.
No. No, you can't, for that exact reason. Now, Captain Jack has slowly gotten very scary. He got all those 4 kills right there, able to go back and pick up a lot of items. He has that range edge, he has that itemization edge, and I really do feel like if NaJin Blacksword had not picked so many high damage champions and just gotten someone with a better engage, like if they had played top lane Zac this game instead of Ryze, I wonder, Doan. I wonder how it would have gone.
I see your wonderment, and you have to wonder if some of this Jace pick wasn't kind of baited a bit by CJ, and Sword's just like, well, I guess we'll just try for 3. This seems like a little bit of a thrown together comp, because you can't plan on getting Jace.
And you just can't, the allocation of gold is just going to be screwed up with Jace, Ryze, and Vayne.
I mean, we talk about the gold totals getting high, but they're not. They're still under 40,000 for NaJin Sword. It really gets, you need about 50,000 on both sides to where the gold totals start to not matter so much in an even team versus team kind of situation.
Yeah, I agree. And we see the big difference between Ambition and
Oh,
Song.
Lustboy gets totally caught. A Crescendo gets Helios. And Lustboy, oh, NaJin Sword to the huge roof. Are they going to go for Baron?
They get the pick. They're
Baron?
going to get Baron as well.
There's the Baron.
That is exactly what NaJin Blacksword needed to come back into this game.
True Shot Barrage is up. Oh, it's way too early. And there goes Baron. NaJin Sword has claimed Baron. And that inhibitor that is still alive right now, it's on the mind of Captain Jack. It's weighing on him.
And Loco Doco very excited in the audience right now.
Yeah.
Take a look at this pick.
Oh, man, just not having the vision.
And Kane
Everything
with another
going into that.
Great crescendo, hitting crescendo after crescendo this series.
Oh, man, suddenly the gold lead only 8K. Now they're above 40K apiece. They have the Baron buff. This is Sword's moment. Again, guys, just to reiterate, this is a spot that this is a game that could very well have a big impact whether or not Sword or Blaze gets to Worlds this season.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, this isn't just about the group stages. This is about the 2013 World Championships right now.
So Blacksword really doing a good job. They're pushing out their lanes again. They're playing it cautiously. They know they still need more time, Noah.
Yeah.
They need more time.
Well, they're getting it. They've bought themselves so much time with that Baron.
Okay, so they're just cautiously farming. They need more items onto Vayne. Captain Jack has a lot more to play with right now. He's got those extra turrets. He's got those extra dragons. He has those kills.
Yeah.
To get him that gold edge.
Here comes the True Shot Barrage. Oh, Prey nearly dodging it all the way.
They gotta wait it out.
They do. They need to just be smart. Here's the thing. CJ may have the poke, but they have a liability, and I gotta say, unfortunately, his name is Captain Jack. Captain Jack will be out of position again this game, and NaJin Sword will capitalize on that if they are patient enough to wait for it to happen.
Yes, and Kane still has his flash up. Crescendo is up again, so he is going to have that opportunity to create a pick if he has to.
Yeah. All right, well, everybody's grouping up mid now. And CJ, just all their pressure gone now, not getting the inhibitor, losing the pick, losing the Baron to NaJin Sword. This is a brand new game right now.
Yeah, and again, in spite of the gold deficit, it's growing into that point where it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And NaJin Blacksword,
50K, keep in mind.
NaJin Blacksword bought themselves those critical few minutes.
Yep.
Where they weren't going to get sieged. They are going to be able to farm up. And
Jace's damage is just out of control right now, too. I mean, he's got that black cleaver on top of all of this. Oh, man. Seraph's Embrace. Rise.
And that Frozen Heart going to be a very critical item for NaJin Sword as well. Once it comes in.
And they're using that True Shot Barrage, yeah, to try to clear those minion waves as much as they can. There's a cannon minion in that one, so that will help it maybe push up a little bit more. That may be a wave that NaJin eventually has to deal with, but
it's a big difference
so
between
tense.
Song and Ambition right now that's really changing how this game is working.
Yeah, Ambition has not had the best game ever. Not a bad game by any stretch of the imagination.
No, Ambition just has so much more money.
Just not quite as good, yeah.
Right now. Song needed...
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's down a lot in terms of farm, so...
Man. My heart is pounding right now,
I know, it's really tense.
And we're just waiting. We're waiting to see. Neither one of these teams really wants to be the team that makes the next move. CJ especially, they want to wait out that Baron buff. And NaJin Sword, knowing that they need to stall. They need more time to farm, need to be able to hit that 50K mark, get the items they need to make.
I love
it's a waiting game.
The way that NaJin Black Sword is playing this. They're not pushing with Baron. They know they need more time.
Yeah.
Instead, they're warding their jungle. They're trying to make sure that there's no play that CJ Blaze can make to take him down, that they're not going to be vulnerable to picks, and that they can create picks of their own if Blaze decides to invade their jungle.
And moving as a unit, too. Not risking anything with any sort of silly split push. They want to get the picks. They want to be able to...
Baron is down, though, and they're still pushing forward. I'm a little concerned about this.
Well, this is something that NaJin Sword just does, but Ambition coming in with some poke. See what they can do. They don't have the best warding yet in the jungle of Blaze. Now they're going to back off. Yeah, I think that's very smart.
They're just trying to hold Blaze at bay.
Yeah.
So if they push smart, intelligently like that, and then back off, they keep Blaze on their side of the map. That's what they're trying to do. Oh, they're setting up another pick. This is so smart.
Oh, man.
And they're sending Prey out. He's the bait.
I
don't think they're going to eat this.
They may. They may eat this.
If Blaze eats this, they deserve to lose this game.
They're not. They're going for Dragon instead. They're like, all right, we see the Vayne there. We don't want to go that far on the map. They don't have vision. Yeah, and Sword disengaging from that pick position. Ooh, they're coming to Dragon now. Oh, they're going to come right up on Ambition maybe. But they went around the outside. Oh, they're right there. Oh, they may catch him. Helios trying to safeguard on a crescendo coming in. A good slicing Maelstrom. Is it going to be enough, though? Oh, no! Members of NaJin Sword dropping left and right, and CJ Blaze just ready with the damage, ready with that great cannon ultimate.
Flame is a huge ultimate right there.
Play of the day right there, and that could definitely mean the game. In fact, I believe that is the game.
Just incredibly fast fingers to flash and slicing Maelstrom into that. Gets his Zhonya's down and does the damage necessary so that Blaze can take this game.
At the end of the day, it all comes down to Flame, and he got the play. And there go the Nexus turrets. There goes number one. They're actually going down slower than I